Alrighty, hi, I'm Amanda Wilson. I'm a coach at CrossFit FlxR or FlxR Fitness, and I chose the power snatch overhead squat into Fran workout variation. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get going. Outside to in method. We're gonna start with our cool down. We're gonna allot for 7 minutes for that cool down. And we also wanna allow 4 minutes for that brief. We're working backwards, talking about part 2 first. I'm giving Fran, which is our part 2 workout, a 10-minute capper. So we're gonna drop back to 43 minutes and that'll be Fran. And then we're gonna jump back another 3 minutes to 40 for that bathroom break, water break before they get rolling. And then from minutes 36 to 40, we're gonna be warming up and doing our test rounds for Fran. I'll do Fran, warm up. I'll get back to that in just a second. Once we are done there, we're gonna do part 1, which I've allotted for 14 minutes for that power snatch and overhead squat. I'll go into that in more detail as well. But let's break down the warm-up first. So I've allotted 8 minutes for general warm-up. And this would include exercises like banded 7s or IYTs to open up that shoulder, get it ready for overhead in that narrow position for thrusters in part 2, but also in that wide position for the snatch in part 1. We'll do scat pull-ups, warm up grip and shoulders again. I love cane squats because it gets you in that squat position, but it also warms up hinging. And then I would do some wrist stretches, palms back, palms flipped, getting our thumbs active as well, doing some tempo air squats and some elbow punches to work still on mobility. And then for our specific warm-up, I've allotted 10 minutes. And for that, it's gonna be all empty barbell stuff. We're gonna be working on the snatch mechanics. We're first gonna just do strict press. You can give a good little pause stabilization, for stabilization over top as we're doing those reps. Once we do that, we're gonna move it to our back rack, get our hands in snatch grip, and then we're gonna do pausing, push press, pausing in that overhead position, driving overhead, stabilizing, coming back down. Once we're done with that, we're gonna do tempo snatch deadlift. This is where I want them to stop in the low hang, get a good setup position, go into the hang, and then go into the high hang, reset, do some reps at that. Then we're gonna move into a hang muscle snatch to work on leg drive and opening up your hips. And then we're gonna do hang push press, and the idea is do 5 to 10 reps, but each rep drop a little lower until we're eventually into an overhead squat position or close to it. And then once we're doing that, we'll do reps of overhead squat to get really warmed up. Once that specific warm-up gets going, I allotted 14 minutes, so it'll be 7 minutes for our power snatch and 7 minutes for our overhead squat. That gives 3 2-minute rounds for each movement, but then we're gonna have 1 minute to put on our starting weight for the power snatch, and then it'll give a minute of transition time or rest before we hit our overhead snatch for 3 rounds of 2 minutes, and I'll keep them consistent and everyone will be on the same clock for rest time. Once that is done, we're gonna do Fran warm up after part 1. This is, I'm combining the test round and warming up, so it's gonna be 3 rounds. The first round, they're gonna do thrusters with an empty barbell and they're just gonna kip. Next round, they'll put on weight onto the barbell. They can either go to the workout weight since it's pretty light for most athletes, but if not, a building in between weight or a test weight. And then they're gonna do jumping pull-ups. Then for the third round, they're gonna do their workout weight for reps for thrusters and then kipping pull-ups for their workout. And then once that's done, again, bathroom break, they'll hit Fran, have a cool down, and that's it. That's the breakdown of the day. Thank you so much.